Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
I can't get stupid thing. I'm good. How are you? Am I in the center?
Good.
Hey,
Hi,
girls.
Betsy.
I can see you and I can hear you. It's great. Hi, Betsy.
Hello. Happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday. You guys ready for Christmas?
No, not
That's
really.
okay. Me neither. I keep forgetting it's December.
Yeah, like where did the year go, right?
Yeah.
So when somebody speaks, it's a big picture of them. Is that normal? Is that do you see a big picture of me now that I'm talking?
No. I don't know why it still won't let you do the layout thing because I still have the grid. Like I have an option at the upper right-hand corner. Do you know if you have updates that need to be run?
No, they run automatically. I'm looking to see.
Mm.
Yeah, who wants to see a big fat face, right?
Deb, how are you, Betsy?
I'm good. I saw you yesterday.
It was a quickie talking to my brother.
I knew you were talking to somebody. I knew it wasn't Cindy.
No. Hi, Laura. Good morning, Erin.
Good morning. Try to Google this, Beth, because I forgot to before.
That's all right. Does everybody else have pictures of everybody all up the top?
I have them like in a grid on the full screen, which is nice.
Yeah, I have the grid too.
I just have a row of pictures at the bottom with initials, but if somebody talks. Hi, how are you?
Cannot hear you, Lori. You are muted.
Some people would be very happy about that.
Nah.
But I see I'm not muted anymore.
Oh my gosh.
I'll go ahead. I'll close the door. I'm at home today, so I can pay better attention. Last week was not great for paying attention.
Well, we are happy to have you here and present.
Happy to be here.
Man. I'm gonna give it a few minutes here. Good morning. We've had better attendance the last couple weeks. I'm really hopeful that when we get into 2021, I'm going to see that participant number hit like 30.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Agree.
That'd be awesome.
awesome. And then I'm going to have to do something to celebrate. So I have to pre-plan this. Have t-shirts that say #30 or something.
That would be great. People might think I'm 30 then. Well, maybe not.
There we go.
Nice try.
Spin it positively.
I can dream.
30 was a long time ago, right?
Absolutely.
No, not that long ago.
Literally,
No.
literally half a lifetime
Jeff
ago.
Barron.
It's okay. I still round up at this point. I know better. Oh gosh.
I love it.
Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning. I'm working on some of the speakers. Maybe that'll help bring us more into some. I like some of the ideas I'm getting in the hands-on demonstrations and things like that were kind of fun. So
Yeah,
see what
definitely.
I can come up with.
Yeah.
I know the new guy from Marathon spoke at Noon Rotary Monday, so he might be somebody. I mean, that would.
Mike Hennigan? Is that what you mean? Hennigan?
Yeah, whatever. I don't remember his
The head
name.
guy.
Yeah. But I
Something
was
got
kind
really
of glad
bad.
that they said he was actually, getting out and about. Well, virtually. So
Good.
Something's got really bad feedback going on. Are there somebody who is unmuted? Do you have two speakers running?
Yeah, you got a lot of feedback.
Yeah. Now nobody's talking, so I can't tell.
Is it me?
It might have been.
I don't know if I have to speak. How do I know if I have to?
It should be. Well, now it sounds better.
Okay.
No, maybe not.
I don't know.
You have an echo, Erin.
Yeah, I'm echoing, and I don't know who I'm echoing through. Okay, can you hear me okay now? Yeah. I just muted Nicole, so it's got to be Nicole's. But she needs to talk, so we got to have her unmuted at some point.
Well, I've not had it happen before, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Maybe it won't be too bad.
Mm-hmm. I'm really hoping Jeff Rachel's not trying to come on camera in his car.
It looks like he's outside somewhere. He's buffering. Oh. All right. I'm gonna give it another minute or so.
I'm watching for our speaker.
I know, he's not jumped in yet, so.
And Jennifer's the last one that Kendra had scheduled. She was originally scheduled maybe October.
Okay.
And we've had a lot of issues getting her back in, so.
Oh. But you've been able to communicate with her pretty well, so she's confirmed for the day? Okay.
Yep, Monday
Okie doke.
was the last time I talked to her.
Thank you.
Jeff, are you in the closet or what's going on there, man?
Yeah, where? Oh, he is driving.
I'm in the car.
Oh,
What did I say?
Your phone's down by your cup holder or something.
We can see straight up your nose, Jeff.
I'm trying to let me.
That's dedication.
He must have a better cell plan than I have. That he's streaming us.
Hey, at LRI we spare no expense. Is that better? Is that better?
God, now we can actually see your dang face.
Better?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to kick it off. Hopefully, our speaker will jump in and join here soon. Let me. All right. Those of you who are able to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, Jeff, we know you cannot, but please stand with us if you're able. And we'll go ahead and get started for the day. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
United States of America.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Kurt, do you have our morning prayer invocation for the day?
I do. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Thank you.
Morning.
Let's go ahead and get started. So, God, the beauty of the earth reminds me of you. The sea, the forest, the mountains, and your creations, a reflection of your power and goodness. I pray that you would not put godly counsel on my path. Give me the courage to seek mentorship and discipleship. Do not let me depend on my own wisdom, but on yours and those wiser than I. But for those who are absent family members and feel abandoned, show them that you are the great Father who is able to fill that lonely place. Thank you for your faithfulness and the gift of friendship. Thank you for bringing people into my life and encouraging me to draw near to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Amen.
All right, and the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? All right. Oh, let's go ahead. All right. Thank you, everyone. All right, I'm going to jump in. It looks like we have 10 Rotarians for today's meeting, so certainly less, but I know we're in the midst of holiday season right now, let's just be honest. So I know attendance is probably going to be a little goofy, and then we have canceled for the next 2 weeks. We do have a guest with us right now. Jonathan, if you can hear me and want to just give everybody a quick wave. Thank you for joining us. Normally we have closer to 20 people on, but just like, as I mentioned, because of the holidays, I think we're kind of on a skeleton crew for the day. Jonathan was actually referred to us by Dylan Pritchett. So excited to have him join today, and hopefully if he has any questions, he'll feel comfortable reaching out. I do not see Matt on today. So I'm just going to pull up some quick trivia questions so we can have like a fun little trivia round just with us. How does that sound? You guys good with that?
Great.
All right. See what I can find. And no cheating, no Googling anything. All right, this will be fun. All right. General questions. This is open to everybody. You can shout it out if you know it. What is the rarest M&M color?
Pink.
Pink? Just how he said.
Brown.
Isn't it blue?
That is correct. Who said that?
The genius.
Brown. Yep. All right. How about... Oh, that's too obscure. According to Greek mythology, who is the first woman on Earth?
Aphrodite.
I'll give you a hint. She had a very dangerous box that was opened.
Pandora.
There we go. Good job, Pandora.
Oh, Pandora.
I do better with hints.
I'll work on that. All right. Which real singer's name is Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanata?
Stephanie.
Oh my God, I can see her right in front of my face. Lady Gaga.
There you go. Nice. Good job, Lady
Good
Gaga.
job.
All right. One more. Find a good one. All right. There's been a lot of patriotic things going on lately. So how about a patriotic framed question? Where were the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights stored during World War II?
That's a good one.
That's a great question.
Right?
I'm looking forward to finding out.
Fort Knox.
Hey, where's Kurt Ulrich at? He's our resident genius.
I don't know that one.
Oh, I'm surprised. You've known everything else. All right. The answer is Fort Knox.
I said Fort Knox.
Did you say that? I didn't hear that. Beth got it. Genius. Our genius.
Oh, I feel like Kurt. I feel like Kurt. It feels so good.
Well
We've
done.
reached
Good
Kurt's
morning.
genius status. All right, let's go through some happy dollars here. All right, Beth, let's get started with you. What are you happy for today?
Oh, I'm happy for the season. I think it brings, or I hope it brings a lot of peace and hope and love and kindness and compassion to a lot of people this year.
Agreed. I like that one. I'm with you on that. All right, Nicole, how about you? What are you happy for today?
The snow. I let my dogs out at 6 a.m. and it was falling so pretty. So I like the snow.
Yeah, I about slipped and fell on my butt on the way in today.
I know it's not a popular comment, but I like the snow.
It is pretty, initially. I'll give you that. Betsy, how about you? What are you happy for today?
Well, actually, I'm happy that we have family members that have had COVID and they have been really, really sick. And so I'm glad that they're on the mend. I did a lot of cooking last weekend to help them out, and just, prayers every day that they get better. And they're the young ones. They're not our age. They're my daughter and her son-in-law. So they've been very, very sick. So, and also, I want to say I really like Jonathan's border in his room. I believe it's Buckeye border.
I did notice that. I like that too.
I'm happy to see that today.
I agree. I'm happy for that. Well, we are glad to hear that your family members are on the mend, at least, and we will continue to think about them and pray for them. So,
thank you. Appreciate it.
Jeff, Rachel, what are you happy for today?
Yeah, I am happy that we got to go to the Browns game on Monday night. Not exactly happy with our kicker, Mr. Sparky. But I'm happy the girls came up from Columbus and Cincinnati, and we had kind of a little early Christmas at the Browns game. So it was a nice time.
I'm sure that was a fun event. It was kind of a crazy game from what I heard.
It was a great game. Loved the game, man. I mean, it was just it was
Good
exciting
game.
and everything else. It was just a little short. Came up a little short.
Yeah. Jonathan, would you like to share something you're happy for today with us? Hang on, you're muted. Oh. All right, unmuted. Go ahead. I cannot hear you. Can anybody hear him?
No, unfortunately
Okay.
not.
All right. We'll come back around to you next time. How about that? We're happy to have you here. All right, let's see. Lori, what are you happy for today?
I am happy for the community in which we live. We have really had a busy December, and people have been really, really nice to our families, and I am really thankful for that. Although I'm tired, and I'm also happy for banked vacation days to take a few off before the end of the year.
I feel that. I'm happy to hear that, though. I'm glad things are going well and people, I mean, we talk about it all the time. It's a very generous, giving community here that we're in, and it's nice to see that, especially around the holidays when people pull through for that. So that's awesome. Sandy, are you able to share with us what you're happy for today? There we go.
I'm just happy, obviously, for the holidays coming up. I've, like Lori, got a couple of weeks actually coming up that I'm going to have some vacation time. It's going to be good to just be home and be with family.
That's nice. That sounds like a great plan. Happy to hear that. Excited for you.
Yep, thanks.
All right, Chad, how about you? What are you happy for today?
I am happy that as far as Browns losses go, that was a fairly acceptable Browns loss.
Agreed.
So obviously a win would have been better, but there's 2 weeks in a row that the game has come down to the last couple of seconds. So it's good to feel how other football fans feel.
At least they showed up. It was a good, strong representation.
They're competitive, and I'm happy that the Browns are competitive.
Yep. Christina, how about you? What are you happy for today?
We're doing like a hybrid work from home remote scenario that started yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell you, I'm just happy because I get so much work done when I'm working from home. It's unbelievable the difference. So
That's nice.
I'm just pushing through all sorts of stuff and I'm feeling really good about it.
That's awesome. That does have to be a good feeling, especially as we get close to the end of the year. It's nice to feel like you got a lot of those boxes checked off and kind of wrapping some things up. So that's awesome. Carrie, are you able to share what you're happy for today?
I am happy. I love the holidays, and so I'm excited for Christmas, even though it's different.
I agree. Kurt, how about you? What are you happy for today?
Boy, everyone took my original ideas. So the Browns were legitimate. I'll give you that. And just excited for the holidays. And then the snow was beautiful. So been in to work just fine. And we've been busy and continue to be, and just trying to do our best we can to be safe and be healthy out there.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Laura, how about you? What are you happy for today?
Well, I know it's hard for all of us with missing friends and parties and families and a different holiday, but I'm going to go with one of my favorite Christmas songs and a couple lines from that looking forward, someday soon we all will be together, and I wish you all a merry little Christmas.
Aww.
Thanks, Laura. You're gonna make me cry. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. I'm going to cry today. Thank you very much. I agree. I'm just excited. I'm happy for the holidays. My little twin nephews are actually going to turn a year old in 4 days. So they're kind of like Christmas babies, and they're going to be coming home to visit. So I'm really excited about that. We're going to be able to celebrate them and have a nice, just small family gathering for Christmas. And then we're going to go see the Lights Before Christmas at the Toledo Zoo. So that's kind of a family tradition, and we've been able to get those tickets booked. So I'm excited. I love the holidays, and even though it's going to be small and very different, I'm excited to see my siblings and kind of spend some time with everybody there. So thank you everybody for sharing. I really appreciate having you guys come in and show up and participate the way that you have. I'm really excited to be able to see all your faces right before we kind of jump into the holiday season. So I'm going to go through just a couple items for club business. I have not seen our speaker jump in yet, so we might get through club business and kind of wrap up after that. But as a reminder, we are canceling the next 2 weeks of meetings. So the 23rd and the 30th, Christmas week, and then the week in between Christmas and New Year's. So the next time we see each other, it's going to be 2021. We're so excited for a new year. I
Woohoo!
hope 2021 is a much better year with less craziness, less uncertainty, and certainly better health and happiness and more social gatherings for everybody. So that will be exciting and we'll be able to look forward to that. I hope everybody has a good opportunity to really celebrate and enjoy the holidays, get some rest, kind of, enjoy stepping back a little bit and unplugging, hopefully, from work and the chaos of what this year has been for so many of us. We did have a board meeting yesterday. It was a really good meeting. We talked about how actually attendance it doesn't show it today, but the last several weeks since we've gone back to fully virtual, we've had some pretty good attendance numbers. And so our hope is, as long as we continue this way, hopefully it's an easier way for everybody to jump in and feel like they can participate, even if it's not for a full meeting, jumping in for part of the meeting and just being able to kind of catch up and see everybody for a short while, staying connected that way. And then going into 2021, hopefully it just kind of continues to improve with that. On another note, we did officially receive our first grant from the district. So yay, that's a huge accomplishment. It's $1,000. So we are going to be using that grant money. Our original thought was we had been told that there were some of the Findlay City schools did not have enough thermometers for the students, and they were trying to keep kids coming in and trying to keep their schedules as normal as possible. When we first requested the grant, that was what we thought the need was, but because it's been some time since the original grant request, Loera has actually offered she's going to reach out to the school administration and kind of talk to some of them to see really what the need is right now and where we can best use that money and make sure that it's, if we can spread it out over a couple of schools, hopefully we're able to do that and kind of make an impact, but make sure that if there's something we can help them with, whether it's supplies or funding for virtual setup, whatever it is, we're excited to be able to use that money. And next year, we now know how the grant cycle works and exactly how to get things submitted. So I'm hoping for big bucks next year. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that. But super excited, our first official grant received from the district. So I was happy to hear that and share that. There's not too much else going on. We kind of talked about how with the schedules being the way that they are and kind of everybody operating on a more restricted fashion right now, our hope is just trying to continue doing the smaller things that we have been doing. So volunteering where we're able to, offering, some funding where we can here and there. Christina confirmed we do have some additional dollars for spending. So if something comes up in the community where we can make a small donation, we're obviously going to be cautious about how we're spending because we didn't have our big fundraiser with the gala this year, but we do have some money available. So we want to make sure that we're putting it to good use, especially around the holiday season. There's a lot of families in need and we want to make sure that we're kind of helping out where we can. But other than that, I think the best thing we can do is if these smaller projects come up and we can volunteer a little bit of our time and make sure that, we're keeping our faces in the community. The Morning Rotary Club is continuing to participate wherever we can and give back. I think that's the most important thing for us. The district asked us to submit quarterly goals going into this next couple of months. And to be completely honest, I'm not aggressively concerned about growing our club membership right now. I think the best thing we can do is make sure that we're maintaining our club membership status and continuing to stay in contact with those where, if we haven't seen them participating in a meeting, recently, or they go a month without jumping in or communicating with anybody, I want to make sure we're trying to reach out and just verifying, hey, is everything okay? Is there anything we can help out with? We want to make sure that we're kind of maintaining that connection and helping out with club members where we can and making sure nobody feels too left out in the cold. So I think that that's really important. So I wasn't, too concerned with having all these really high standards for goals for the next couple months. I just want us to be able to maintain and stay in contact and help out where we can. But if anybody does have anything that you come across, if you have a project of your own or something you know of that's going on in the community where you think that we can be of help, whether it's volunteering or, you know, some small dollar donation, please let me know or let someone on the board know. I want to make sure that we're continuing to do that, and I'm encouraging everybody to bring ideas, you know, to us as much as possible. So I think that that's pretty much everything that kind of the more important things that we talked about at the board meeting and pretty much all the topics that I had to cover. Like I said, we're going into the holiday season, so the biggest thing right now is I just want everybody to enjoy. We've accomplished a lot so far this year, even with how bizarre the year has been and us not being able to get together and see each other in person as much as we've been used to in prior years. But we've done a lot as a club, and I'm really excited to be able to kind of end the year out as we have. And I hope everybody knows how grateful I am for everything that you've done. And I hope you guys are all, you know, give yourselves a pat on the back and kind of be proud of what we've done together as a club, because we've still accomplished a lot with very limited resources and very weird schedules. So thank you very much to everyone for that. Does anybody else have anything right now for the good of the order, or anything you can think of for the club? Beth?
I know wreaths across America, they're still looking for volunteers Saturday morning to lay wreaths. And has anybody heard anything about Al Hatch? How's he doing? I signed up this year really just in honor of him. I was just concerned. Does anybody know anything?
I haven't heard anything from him lately. I'd be happy to reach out to him, though. I've been thinking about him, and
He sent me a Facebook message or commented on Facebook. I've lost track of time, maybe 10 days ago.
Okay.
And he called himself Hermit Hatch, so I assumed he was just staying inside.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I'm happy to hear that. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks,
Can I
Carrie.
piggyback on Beth's? I know Deb Wickerham always said that they do a lot. They usually get a lot of more volunteers for the putting out the wreaths, but I'll try to listen up for when they take them down in January, because that's always when they struggle to get volunteers, especially. So that may be a time we could bundle up and go help.
That sounds like a great idea. I can reach out to them. I know somebody who kind of helps run it, so I can reach out to them and see specifically what they need and maybe where we could help more, whether, you know, on either side of that. So that's a good idea. Thanks, Nicole. Lori, did you have something?
I did. I just wanted to say two things to kind of piggyback on what you're saying. 2021 is going to be a very probably even more unsettling for nonprofits. So I commend you and the board for looking forward to how you can help the community, because I do think there's going to be some gaps next year as everybody, including the government, gets tired of COVID. We may not see the CARES Act money come through that, you know, that organizations have seen through the year. And I just wanted to say thanks to you and to Nicole, because as a past president, Beth and I both know how hard it is to get things done, and sometimes it feels like wrangling cats. But I wanted to say that I really commend you for stepping up in a completely unknown situation. Jeff had kind of started that journey and did a great job, but you took over, and then Nicole taking over with the weekly and the speakers. I just wanted to say well done. I'm thankful for our leadership, so thanks very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron and Nicole. I was going to say the same thing that Lori just said right there, is that we owe a debt of gratitude to Aaron and also Nicole for, you know, just the things that you guys do. Lori's right. As past president, just very screwy year this year, and thanks for always being there.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it.
She hasn't gotten sick of me bugging her yet. Oh, I see Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer's on. Okay. Yeah, no, I think it's been fun. It's been interesting. I've certainly learned a lot along the way. So I am happy to say that, you know, I'm happy that we've accomplished what we have been, and it's been interesting. It's kept me on my toes, but I really appreciate everything that you guys have done. I couldn't have done it. I know Nicole and I could not have done it without your guys' support and everything that you guys have done to help. So it's really helpful to have really strong members who enjoy volunteering their time and their thoughts and opinions and support. And we appreciate all the moral support. I think it helps a lot. So
Very much.
all right, our speaker has joined. So Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us and for being here today. If you are ready, Nicole, do you want to go ahead and give the introduction?
Sure.
Awesome.
Sure.
Thank
Good morning,
you.
Jennifer. Jennifer Loera, RN, works with the nurse navigator, the nurse navigator for the Moms Project with the Blanchard Valley Hospital in Findlay. She helped create the Moms Project as it exists today for Blanchard Valley Hospital 3 years ago by implementing incentives, engagement tools, and to help the women fully immerse themselves into treatment to achieve the full potential of change in their lives. Jennifer has collaborated with the Ohio Perinatal Collaborative for the last year to help improve programs for pregnant women throughout the state of Ohio. She has 8 years of experience in mental health and addiction that includes inpatient and outpatient treatment. Thank you, Jennifer. I know we've gone back and forth on getting you scheduled in here, so thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. All right. There we go.
Okay. No, thank you so much for inviting me. I apologize for the short notice last month. I was like so sick. Hopefully, good. Corona. I just found out yesterday, like severe allergies after getting tested. So that's a whole new thing for me right now. But again, thank you for having me. So the Moms Program, it started 3 years ago in Hancock County. It was brought to the attention that there was, you know, a high use of opioids in the county, and they were seeing a lot of babies being born addicted to opioids at the hospital and needing to be treated for withdrawal symptoms. So they wanted to come up with a program that would be able to help these women. And down at Wexner in Columbus at Ohio State, they kind of had a Moms Program going on. So we looked at their program and brought some of the things that they do down there back here, but then kind of just created our own program also. So I do work for Blanchard Valley Hospital. We work with Family Resource Center. We work with A Renewed Mind and other agencies throughout the county to identify women who are pregnant and addicted to opioids. They can be identified in many different ways. I've identified at the OB office, at the MAT offices. They've been identified through the jail, the Hancock County Jail. They've been identified through probation. People just kind of know about the program and call me up and ask me about the program. So what happens once a woman is identified is I try to meet with them in person because I really like the warm handoff feel. It kind of makes it more personable and more showing a face kind of builds that trust with these women. And so I try to meet with them and kind of ask them, you know, where they're at, you know, if they're interested in getting treatment. I explain the program to them that our goal really is we want a healthy mom, we want a healthy baby, and we want to try to keep that family unity together because, you know, CPS is going to be notified because of the CARE Act. And so if we can show that these women are in treatment, doing everything that they can possibly be doing to be the healthiest for them, the healthiest for the baby, in the end, we're hoping that, you know, that family unity stays together and that the baby doesn't need to be removed from the home. And so we help women get set up with medication-assisted treatment if they aren't already. We can help them get set up with, if they're not set up with OB care. If their level of care requires inpatient, we can help with getting them set up for inpatient treatment also. And then once they kind of get set up with all of their treatment providers, we have a moms meeting at the hospital every Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning. And the moms meeting was designed to help with resources that are out in the community. So we can help the women get set up with Help Me Grow, WIC, Women's Resource Center. We have lactation come in from the hospital and talk about the benefits of breastfeeding. We do tours of labor and delivery. CPS comes in and talks about the CARE Act so we can prepare them for that delivery. We want the women to be prepared in any way the outcome is going to be at delivery. If the outcome is going to be, CPS already is involved or CPS probably will get involved, we want to prepare them to not look at it as a bad thing, but to look at it as more as a resource and help for them to stay united with their baby or eventually work towards reunification with their baby or their children. So for attending the moms meeting, we were able to get some grants written and we were able to get funding. So just for coming to the meeting on Thursdays, they get a free package of diapers for coming as an incentive. I did quite a bit of research, and the average cost to provide diapers for a baby for the first year is over $900. And there really aren't any programs out there that help with diaper assistance. Women's Resource Center does, but there's a limit as to how much you can get and things you have to do. But WIC, food stamps, none of those help purchase diapers at all. So then we have a second grant written to help promote engagement in treatment. So from Thursday to Thursday, if they go to their OB appointments, their doctor's appointment, outside sober support meetings, church, any type of appointment that promotes good health for them or their children or their babies, they can get a second package of diapers for free. So for coming to the moms meeting once a week on Thursdays, they can walk away with 2 packages of diapers. We also do get quite a few donations. The Project Linus blanket, we get free blankets to give to the women so they can have blankets for their babies. The auxiliary at the hospital knits hats and other blankets for the babies, so we are able to provide them for the women. And so we are able to give out, donations when they show up on Thursdays for the meetings. Then women can stay in the program for up to 1 year after delivery also. So ideally we want them to come into the program while they're pregnant so we can prepare them. But some women don't come in until the very end, or they might not even come in until after delivery once they were identified at delivery as being positive for opiates. So they can stay in the program up until their baby's a year old, because we found that after delivery to 1 year is the highest chance for relapse. And if you think about it, these women are going home with babies who can be kind of fussy. They go through a lot of trauma at delivery. Their baby at 24 hours has to go to the special care nursery to be scored and stay there for 72 hours. Their baby might need to be treated for withdrawal. A lot of women blame themselves for their babies going through withdrawal, even if they're on medication and doing everything that they should be doing. So they go through a lot of the delivery and the pregnancy. And then afterwards, they may be the only caregiver for this baby alone, taking care of a fussy baby and not having a lot of support, new in recovery. So we try to support them from that time period also to make sure that they're staying engaged and successful with their sobriety. I could probably talk for like days about the moms program. So if you guys have any questions or anything, that's kind of like the base of the moms program.
I have a question. Do you take donations of diapers then? And what about formula?
So I get donations. I get formula donations. I get clothing donations. If somebody donates something, I 100% will take it and set it out for the women for them to be able to take it when they're needed. Because as you know, WIC, even though women are able to get formula through WIC, they're not able to provide a formula that is needed for the child. So women are always having, even if you get WIC, you have to still purchase extra formula for the baby because WIC formula isn't going to cover the need.
I have a question. How have you ever had somebody who wants to come back and join the program? They've been part of it early on, but they're now past that. Their child is over a year old and they're still toddler phase, but they're having difficulties and they might relapse. Do you take them back into that program at all, or do you refer them to somewhere, another organization at that point?
So technically, I will never turn a woman away ever. I have a very open door policy. I have women who may engage one time and then I don't see them again for 3 months. But if they show up at our door or at our meeting, I'm 100% going to help them any way that I can. So definitely an open door policy. I will never not help someone. I will help them any way that I can. And actually that's we graduate. So at 1 year, once our women hit 1 year, we kind of do a graduation for them, like a celebration that they, did this for, over a year and completed the program. But those women who have graduated come back on a regular basis. And we really encourage them to come back because they have such success stories and so much to share and able to empower the other women who might be new to the program that it's a blessing for them to be able to come back and share that with the other women and encourage them and kind of mentor them in a way. So we do have quite a few women that do come back and do that.
That's awesome. That's really nice to hear. I would think it would probably help a lot too, just for their continued support and having that community kind of backing them if they have difficult period that they're going through. I'm sure it helps both ways. So that's really great to hear.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions? How far, I have another question, sorry. How far out, what is your territory basically? Like how far out do you accept women from? Is it just within this county or have you had people outside of the county?
So we do accept women outside the county. So the three kind of main factors part of the MOMS program, engaged in treatments, medication assisted treatment for their addiction. So they need to be engaged in treatment and in therapy. They need to be engaged in OB care, and their plan has to be to deliver at Blanchard Valley Hospital. Now, there's many factors that come in if a woman has any other issues that are complications or high risk, and we might have to refer them to MFM in Toledo to deliver. That's still fine. So we have women from all the different counties within our area that are part of the MOMS program and that deliver at Blanchard Valley Hospital or plan to deliver at Blanchard Valley Hospital.
That's awesome. Okay.
I have a question. How do these women find you? Are they referred from physicians or it's a great program, but how do people find out?
So when I first took this position, I wanted people to know who I was, and I wanted everyone to know this program. So I hit the pavement and I went door to door to every single agency in Hancock County and Wood County and surrounding counties that may provide services to women that may fall into this category or may come into contact with women who fall into this category. And I don't stop. Anytime I hear of a new agency or a new program, I get my name out there. I give them resources, my cards, my information. So pretty much I get myself out there and let everybody know. There is information on the Blanchard Valley website that also talks about the MOMS program. I know the Animus board has information on their website also, and in their resource book that talk about the program. But I don't stop putting it out there and talking to whoever will listen to me. I'll stop. I was getting my brakes repaired at a Finley dealership, and there was a gentleman working on my car, and he saw my Blanchard Valley badge, and he's like, "Oh, hey, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Let me tell you what I do." So I tell anyone and everyone who will listen to me about the program.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It even got to the point where before COVID, Fort Finley Donuts, I had went in, talked to them about the program, and they're actually providing donuts every single week for the women to have breakfast when they come in for the meetings. Yeah, and they did that for about a year. So, and then COVID hit, and we had to go to Zoom, and like a lot of programs had to go to Zoom. COVID has not been very good for anyone with addiction. It's been very difficult and very hard. I went from when we were meeting in person before COVID, we were having anywhere from like 12 to 18 women each week showing up for the meeting. Once COVID hit and we had to go to Zoom, we were having like 2 to 4 women each week, which was really hard for me to understand. But when you think about it, a lot of women don't have access to internet. They would use free internet, but all the stores and all the places were closed where they could get free internet. Or if they do have a phone plan, it's a very cheap phone plan, and they had to save their minutes and their time for doctor's appointments and other stuff. Or they were home with their children who weren't in school, and they, couldn't sit down and sit in a meeting without, having background issues going on. Or, a lot of these women, their phones, the screens are broken, and they can't do Zoom meeting on it, or they don't have phones at all. So Zoom was not good. So we made a decision in October to go back to in-person meetings, which has been, a lifesaver for a lot of our women. But again, we have women who have kids at home who are being homeschooled and they can't come because they're at home. I had to limit it to the women and their baby. Their recent baby are allowed to come so they can stay together 6 feet apart, but we can't have other children come now to the meetings, where before we allowed all children to come. We had a children's meeting that happened at the same time as the mom's meeting, and the kids would go in with volunteers and help me grow and do activities and projects and different stuff while the moms were in our meeting, but we're not able to do that now. So COVID has definitely hit hard, for sure, for our program.
Sorry to hear that. I know people talk about it a lot, and it's certainly been acknowledged, but I'm sure actually witnessing it on a daily basis is a very different experience, especially once you've gotten to know these women and their stories. And you're obviously, you can tell just the way you talk about it, you're incredibly passionate about what you do, and it means a lot to you. And it's, I think it's good for us in the community to hear someone like you talk about it the way that you are, and kind of see it from a different perspective, and make sure that we stop and think, and if there's any way we can help or anything that we can do, we want to be of service and want to be able to help provide, some things if we can help. But it's definitely, I think a lot of people have heard that certainly through COVID, the addiction rate, anybody who's struggling with it, there's been a lot of relapse just in the recent months because of what everybody's been dealing with and going through. So definitely sorry to hear that, but
yeah, it definitely has been an eye opener. I mean, I don't think any of us ever thought we would be living through a pandemic and having to deal with these. And from what I found working with my patients is it's that personal touch. It's that meeting face to face. It's that being held accountable. It's that, having to show up, having to meet people in person, really keeps them motivated, really keeps them going. And when all of that goes away, it's really a difficult time for people who are living in recovery. So I've recently set up a subcommittee for the moms program. I've asked, some of our pediatricians, our OBs, our providers, some of our social workers, and we're definitely going to see what we can do to help, kind of battle these barriers that are coming up right now. I don't do well with barriers. I'm always asking what do you need from me? And I love getting creative and trying to find ways that can help them in any way possible. So we're definitely going to be thinking of some, action plans that we can possibly do to help engage more women through this time and to be more supportive through this time.
That's really awesome to hear. It's very clear that you are the right person to be in the position that you are. So I think we can all say we're very grateful to have you spearheading this and kind of taking charge on all of it. And I would say, I'm sure I can speak for all of us, when you get the committee set up, if there's an action plan in place, if there's anything we can do to help in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know, because it's definitely it's definitely an issue in the community. We've talked about it for years. Everybody is aware that it's a scary thing. It's a very dangerous thing. And for these young moms going through this, it's heartbreaking to hear. So certainly want to help in any way we can. But thank you so much for everything that you're doing, because it's an incredible role to be able to jump into that and take it on like it sounds like you have. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate, your kind words and your offer, and I definitely will keep you guys in mind for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Does anybody have any other questions for Jennifer before we wrap up today? No? All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Jennifer, and thank you everybody for joining. We really appreciate it. We appreciate the information, and we look forward to staying in contact with you. And everybody else, thank you for making it here today. And next time I see you all, it will be 2021. So you guys enjoy the rest of the year. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and let's go make it a great day and a great week.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Bye.